What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be reviewing two Hinge profiles here on Asian Masculinity, the subreddit, which I'm sure you guys know a lot about. And of course, I'm going to be answering the question as well after this. So if you don't know me, my name is Aisen. I'm the Asian dating coach, helping Asian guys overcome racial barriers, develop a strong confidence and mindset, and of course, get into relationships. So let's go. All right, so let's go with this one. The first person. He's 19, Asian American, 6'1", which is amazing. Man, these kids are getting tall these days, huh? Going over here, right? Just finished making my profile. This is my first time using a dating app, so I'm open to any feedback. Be honest. Let's do it. He's a young guy, so let's be very kind to him, right? Let's take it easy on him. All right, so first picture. Let's go over the pictures first. It looks like his living room, excuse me, his bedroom. He's got a bed. It's not made. His style is okay. I like his hair though. One thing I would say is try not to take pictures with your own phone, right? Not take pictures with your own phone. No selfies, no mirror pics. So these are two things that we want to stay away from. So let's stay away from that. And if you're gonna take a picture of your bed, you gotta make the bed, man. You can't leave it unmade, right? Isn't a hotel. All right, maybe it is a hotel room. Who knows? But let's go to the next one. All right, these are his stats: 19, man, straight, agnostic, liberal, speaks English and Russian. Okay, that's something new. Very nice. He wants to get into a long-term relationship, open to short, monogamous. Okay, this is good. It's very rare to see another Asian person speak Russian, so let's go. All right, that's his face. He needs to smile a little bit right here once again. Love the hair, man. The hair is really good. Fits your head, fits your face. But my friend, we gotta smile a little bit. You look too serious. I don't know where you're from, but based on this, uh, you mean if you speak Russian, maybe Mongolian, maybe Kazakh. Let's see. But overall, right? The bed, you gotta make the bed again. Let's do this. Going back to this does look like a face selfie. So let's stay away from selfies in the future. Try to get someone to take a picture of you, or perhaps maybe a friend, or take a professional photography session with somebody. Not one of those yearbook pictures, but really get a dating photographer so they can pose you in a natural way. So it doesn't seem like you're actually posing for the picture. It seems like you're doing some action and just happen to have a camera nearby, right? Okay, moving forward. All right. I don't know where you're from, but this is the Bay Area. And this isn't a high value picture, even though it looks visually appealing because they can't see your face and you're just standing there, right? You're just standing there. You're not really doing anything. If you're like jumping, that's even better. But if you're standing there, anyone can take a picture there. I've been there before. I took a picture there, right? But it's not on my Hinge profile. All right. I geek out an anime. Now, I know I'm talking about pictures now. Let me see if we have other pictures. Okay. Yeared. Okay. I knew it, right? I was gonna guess Mongolian, but honestly, I think your ethnicity is Korean, but you grew up in Kazakhstan, or your family grew up in Kazakhstan, but you're ethnically Korean. Don't ask me how I know. I just know these things. All right, two more pictures. All right, this one looks like it's in the gym. We got the lockers right here. Once again, I love your hair. This is a wolf cut. It fits your face perfectly, but no more selfie pictures, man. These pictures are what girls take, attractive girls take on these apps, but we're not a girl, so we can't be doing this. Another one right here is the shirt. If you're gonna wear a shirt, make sure it's not wrinkly, right? Especially as a white shirt looks like one of the shirts from Walmart. You get, $10 for a 5 pack. Obviously, it's probably not, but it just looks like it like that way. And then next, another selfie. Let's stay away from selfies once again. And the background looks like this isn't the US because of the style of clothing. Perhaps in Kazakhstan, right? It looks like it's in Kazakhstan. And definitely the ornate decor as well. So that's it. Now let's review your prompts, my man. So guess my ethnicity. It's good, but if you were there as well in the picture, or if you're riding a horse, or if you're shooting a bow and arrow, or if you're dressed up in traditional garb, that would be even better. Like, but this is interesting. The reason why I don't think it's not Mongolia, I don't think it is Mongolia because of the mountains here. In Mongolia, the mountains are very hilly, a lot of vegetation on the mountains, a lot of grass, but over here it looks like it's somewhere in Kazakhstan, to be honest. All right, next. I geek out on anime. The best thing to do about this is because right now anime it is a mainstream sport, quote unquote, a mainstream show. So just make sure if you want to watch anime, if you want to appeal to that market, put the favorite anime that you like. For example, if you love Death Note, right? Put it down. If you love Attack on Titan, put it down. Or if you want to say, my favorite character is this, I want to cosplay as that, put it on. So people can actually see more of you and understand your personality more. So the point of these prompts is to show people who you are and your personality because you can only put a certain thing, so certain amount of letters on here. It's important to showcase the best of you and as well as perhaps your sense of humor. So let's get on to it. All right, so going back to this is not a prompt. Oh, oh, what happened here? I think I made it too big. All right, travel everywhere. I mean, you got to do a little bit better than that, right? The goal of mine is to perhaps give me a country that you want to go to and give me why, right? If you want to say, I want to go to Egypt, right? I want to go to Egypt and see the Sphinx, great, right? If you want to go to Greece, you want to go to Santorini and go to the beach, or if you want to go to Morocco and ride the camels, right? Give me a reason why you want to go somewhere. That would be better than just say travel everywhere, right? It's very generic. You want to be less generic so you can stand out on these apps. All right, that's my review. Let me see some of these comments here. Yep, you got to smile more in these pictures or take better pictures in general. It's blurry, right? Well, he's only 19, right? I'm not gonna lie to you. When I was 19, my pictures weren't as good, or it's probably similar to what he had, but he's new, right? This is his first dating app, so let's give him some slack. Certain demographic of girls will love you. You have a universal appeal. I say bulk up first. Yes, definitely a workout a little bit, but since you're very tall, that's definitely gonna go for you. Definitely give, definitely have Keshi vibes. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. Smile, less selfish, dress up a little. Yes, I do like your style, my friend, but I think it could be a little bit better, perhaps more streetwear because you do have that streetwear look. Or if you want to go with more of a tailored wear as well, tailor style as well, that'd be good too. This guy said you put zero effort into the profile. Come on, guy. Be a little nicer to him. You're 19, girls on campus. Girls on campus, if you are probably more productive than dating apps. Well, I think he meant to say it's easier to talk to people in person because you are on campus. You do see a lot of people on a day-to-day basis. So it is easier for you at this point of your life to actually approach people and talk to people and ask people out in person. This person said, "Are you Kazakh?" Right? You're Kazakh, yes, something like that. Bro, you are pretty much a model. You're 19. Get off a Hinge. It's toxic AF. Go make some friends and socialize. Yeah. But it's okay, he's young, he's gotta try things out, learn mistakes, learn from his mistakes. All right, I'm not gonna read all this. Let's move on to the second one. The last two pictures look kind of zesty. Yes, I do agree. The last two pictures kind of zesty. If you can go back to these two, right? The first one looks like a girl taking a selfie, right? Second one, he's got his hand on his chin, right? Not the best look, but maybe he's going for the soft boy look. Who knows, right? All right, next one. I'm gonna go to, let's see, and how do I upgrade Asian boys, Asian bros? Take a drink of my water. All right, this guy. Okay. So the first one, he looks like he's in some kind of museum, has a wingspan. Okay, anyone could do that, right? It doesn't scream special to me. So let's do something a little bit more special. And of course, I can't see his face, but I do like his hair. His hair suits his face with the middle part, short middle part. And it does look like he's got a angular chin with some cheekbones, which is great. But it would be better if I could see his expression so that I could see how he is with the picture, right? If he's like really confident, that's better. But if he's like really scared, shy, or feel like people are watching him, then that's not very good, right? Okay, next. I'm gonna go through the pictures first once again, and then go through the prompts later. Once again, here I don't understand this picture very much. History will remember me as, okay, as a guy that's playing in the snow, or I mean, there's got to be more context to this picture, right? Maybe he's taking a leak. I don't know, bro. Next. All right, so this looks like he's in a bar with a show in the background and a Hendrix, two of his friends. They might look like, let me make it bigger. Oh, maybe I don't know if I can. Okay, yeah, they look like co-workers, to be honest. This guy is a manager to the left right here, and this guy may be a co-worker to the right. So the thing about group pictures, even though it's really good to have group pictures to showcase that you do have friends, you do have a social life, but the thing is, in these pictures, you gotta be the center of attention, even though you are in the middle, but you're not the center of attention, right? This guy right here to the right, he seems like he's little broing you. He's got his arm around you. Like he's like, hey, this is what's up, man. I'm the big dog. And then obviously there's another guy. You can't be the extra in your own profile. You gotta be like big dogging them if that makes sense. But let's move forward. And physically, I saw that you are like in the previous picture, you are 5'10", so you are like a taller guy, so that's great. But physically in this picture, you look small, and we can't let these guys dwarf you, so we gotta change it up. All right, next. Okay. I go crazy. Okay, I'm not gonna go through the prompts for me in the wild. Yeah, you're just sitting down in some shrubs, right? In some grass, or what is it? Bushes. I mean, could be Florida, who knows? But it doesn't scream anything. You're just sitting down posing. You're not really doing anything. It would be better if you had a hobby picture. Maybe you playing chess, maybe you playing golf, maybe you playing basketball, maybe you on a boat, whatever you want to do, right? But it's just anybody can sit down in a park. All right, let's go to the next one, my friend. Okay, this guy's making drinks. He's mixing up I don't even know what that is, to be honest. Some kind of dark liquor or liqueur with something else, right? That looks delicious, and I think it's awesome. And look around here, maybe he works in a bar, right? Or maybe this is like a frat house, but it most likely is a bar because you see the water tap right there. And this is cool. Maybe you are a bartender. I'm not sure. Maybe that's their hobby, but that's great. From this shot here, I could see that you could put on a little bit of mass, but that's all up to you. All right, next. This could be us. I don't understand this picture. This could be us. What? I mean, I don't know, but you are maybe this is a museum. Looks like this is one of those cars that carry people in carriages. I'm not really sure what else to make of this. It would be better if you had more emotions, but obviously I can't see your face. I don't know what's going on there. And then this is a body picture. I'm assuming that this isn't on Hinge, so maybe he just wants to some feedback on your body. Overall, you have a great frame, my friend, very similar to mine, but we need some more muscular definition. I don't know how old you are. I don't know if I saw that, but maybe we can go back to that later. Okay, a little bit of progress. This is at Planet Fitness. I recognize the purple. Yeah, I mean, if you're serious about your gains, go to a gym that have people with, huge muscles, maybe people on gear. Don't take gear, obviously, but that's gonna motivate you to actually look bigger because Planet Fitness, a lot of people are women or, the dumbbells only go up to 65 pounds, I believe. So it's not really big enough to actually make substantial gains. So go to a powerlifting gym or even a uh, bodybuilding gym. if you want to get big. But yeah, you're on the right track. You know, you have a great frame, great shoulder to what is this called? Waist ratio, probably like a 31 right now, waist. But yeah, but let's go back to the prompts here. Let me see if I can see how old you are. 24. Okay, right there, 24. All right, so this year I really want to take a chance. Yeah, this is, just very generic. A lot of girls on here write the same thing, right? You can get away with this if you're a hot girl, but you can't get away with this if you're an Asian guy. Just being honest, man. Like I said, with the last profile, you have to try to put in more personality, be a little humorous, right? For example, if this year I want to skydive, right, in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, that's more interesting, a more interesting prompt than this, right? If I want to go to Mongolia and hunt goats, right? That's more interesting than this. All right, next. All right. What else we got prompt wise? I go crazy for the right person. Yes, absolutely. This is great, but everybody goes crazy for the right person. You know, sometimes people go crazy for the wrong person, but it'd be more funny if you put, I'll go crazy for the wrong person. So it's really about putting your own spin on it and write a little bit more, right? Showcase more personality, express who you are. That's the key to connecting. A lot of times people don't want to share too much because they don't want to be vulnerable, but dating is about being vulnerable and sharing with the right person. So in this case, I want you to share who you want, right? If you want someone that is different than the typical person, write down, hey, my type is this. If you love anime, if you love this, then we should definitely go out. Bonus points if you also love how to cook, right? Bonus points if you love a good taco, right? Whatever you want. All right, next. All right. Never have I ever thought I would be back on this app. Yeah, this is good, but give me more backstory. Maybe you got engaged. Maybe you got married. Maybe your wife cheated on you. I don't know. So give me why you feel like you wouldn't be back on this app. And then when the girls see it, they're gonna respond to it. And then they're gonna like you first, and it'll be much easier to have a conversation after the match. Alrighty then. I think that's all for this guy. Let me go down to the comments. Oh, actually, here are the stats, man. I wasn't even, I should read this before. Okay, here are my stats. NYC local, early 20s, 5'8". Man, this boy lied. He put 5'10" on his profile. Don't ever lie, man. If you're not 5'10", don't put 5'10" because they're gonna get disappointed. I know that they have a little thing where they filter out the age, or excuse me, filter out the height. But if you're not 5'10", don't put 5'10" because they're gonna find out eventually. And a lot of times girls like guys that are shorter. They don't mind. I dated a girl who's 5'4", and she was like, I wanted you to be shorter because it's hard to kiss you. She had to, stand on her tippy toes all the time, hurt her feet. All right, 124 pounds. Okay, I mean, you have a good build, right? You have a good foundation to start building muscle. When I was younger, the lowest I weighed as an adult was 138. I think I was like 21 years old. Standing at 6 foot, but 124, it's a good time to build muscle on your frame. Hinge matches I only started using in April. Okay. One match every 2.5 weeks. Yeah, that's why, you gotta, especially in New York City, bro, like you have the most advantage in America because you are in the biggest city in America. Perhaps the world, I don't know, besides like cities in China and India. But you have the greatest odds to get matches. When I was in New York for like a week or two, I got like 5, 10 matches a day, my friend. Like the first day was like 26 matches. And I was very, very, very particular as well. But yeah, if you change the things I talked about, definitely get a lot more matches. All right, let's see. The last two pictures of my current gym progress. That's fine. Should I improve my prompts? Yes. Group pics, yeah, definitely. But have fun group pics. Don't just go to like a happy hour with your coworkers and have, two dudes mog you. That's not fun. And then gym advice, eat more. Go heavy on the protein. You should be eating at least 1 pound or excuse me, one times your body weight in protein in grams. So if you weigh 124, you should be eating 124 grams of protein a day or 1.5 times, right? And of course, track your calories and go to that app called MyFitnessPal to see how much calories you're burning on a day-to-day basis and how much you need to be intaking. Personally, for me, when I was your age, I needed to be eating 2,200 calories uh, a day to gain 2 to 4 pounds a month. So that was my stat. All right, let's see some of the comments here. You got to eat more. Yeah, focus. Whoa, yeah, focus on protein. This guy knows what he's talking about. Prompts are boring and dry. Stir up emotions. Absolutely. You have to elicit emotions to connect with people. Absolutely. Let's see. Agree. Photos have no relevance with the prompts. History will remember for standing near a tree in the snow. This could be us, the person standing next to some sort of contraption with a seat. All right. This is OP's biggest issue, not physique. Exactly. Your physique is fine. I was small, I was big, I attracted women regardless, because women are going to find you attractive if you present yourself in the right way, but you haven't been presenting yourself in the right way, which is fine. You're only 24. And don't lie about your height, please. All right. Extremely underweight. Nah, he's fine. He's doing his best, He's making efforts. From a female's perspective, I'm an Asian, only dates Asian men, but your profile is boring. Doesn't really tell me much about you other than that you wanted to date someone. Don't want to date someone who is just taking a chance and what, right? Exactly. Like I said, put more stuff in your profile. Don't just put 3 words. You're not a hot girl. You can get away with that if you're a hot girl, but unfortunately, we're not. Okay. All right. I'm not going to read any more of this. Okay. So next, we have a guy who needs some advice on attracting white women, which is, which is good because I'm the right person to talk to about that. Most of the women I've been with are white women. And so I grew up in many different places. I primarily grew up in China, Czech Republic, America. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yo, yo, yo. Is it working? I don't know, to be honest. Let me see. Hey, that is working. Okay, go back to the scheduled program here. When I was growing up, when I first started dating, and definitely I had these conceptions or limiting beliefs where I felt like, hey, maybe I wasn't meant to date white women because in America, the mainstream media, white people were on top and the Asian people were on the bottom. So I felt some type of way about that. So maybe this is something that you're going through as well, but let me read your stuff here. I am mostly attracted to white women by a large margin. Going to throw in a lot of details before the question. I live in a white culture city in Colorado. Culture leans heavily white, active, outdoorsy stuff like weekly camping, snowboarding, skiing, camping, mountain climbing, hiking, indoor climbing, river and lake activities, farmers markets, outdoor concerts, cowboy culture, running, all outdoor sports. Much less indoor ones are popular for from dating perspective. Lots of military men, athletic, tall, fit men in general, mostly white or Hispanic. Now, my details: 5'10", decently built guy, upper body, toji, elite, look elite. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Back needs a little bit more work. Ah, Once again, it's not about your body that's gonna get dates. I've been skinny as hell, 138 pounds at 6 foot tall. Right now I'm about 173. Imagine like me, 35 pounds less, right? That's crazy. And I was still able to get women back then, right? Women still found me attractive regardless of my weight. Can't grow facial hair, right? That's fine. Most of us can't grow much facial hair. Asian fat boy fashion style, think looser fits, excuse me. Waist high type styles. I prefer indoor sports activities, more of a musical art scene, very sports guy, but moderately fit, 18% to 22% body fat. That's fine. You're a healthy guy. That's totally fine. Don't worry about the body fat right now. I primarily use Hinge. I get about 3 matches a week. If I'm actively swiping, I send out 4 to 5 likes a day and receive a couple of likes a week. I have really good match. March match rates with Asian and Hispanic women. That's good. That's what I'm talking about. But you do need to swipe a lot more. 4 to 5 likes a day. Come on, you got to do that 4 to 5 likes like every 10 minutes or every 5 minutes. Come on, man. It's a numbers game. I float between 2 to 5 people at a time and probably won't have any issues keeping in this range. However, I only matched with one white woman, and white women are probably 50% of my swipes. Okay. My Hinge profile could use some work, and it gives off homebody music fob. Okay, trial photo dump. Okay. Focusing on Hinge optimization secondarily, the question I have is, do you think I have remotely any chance of attracting white men? Yes, you do. Or are there things I need to change lifestyle, hobby, fashion wise? I don't fit into the mainstream white boy culture here at all. Not many Asians here, so we're likely unfamiliar territory nor not normalized. Duh. All right, so I hate reading, but I got through it. Okay, what my take is, of course, you can attract a white person because it's not about the race, right? It's about your hobbies. And because you're in a place where it's very active and you're not very active, you're not going to be attracting those types of people. And of course, you don't want to be changing your life, changing who you are to attract who you want to attract, right? That's not right. I want you to attract people that you want to attract, but being who you are, being more confident in who you are, because right now it doesn't seem like you're confident. You feel like your hobbies don't align with the people's hobbies here. So do you have any pictures? I don't know, my friend. I wish you had pictures, man. I don't even know your age too. It sounds like you're probably in your early mid 20s. I could be wrong, but you could be in your early mid 20s. But right now is my question, besides using Hinge, are you also going out and meeting people organically? Because a lot of times if someone sees you, they might not be attracted to you on the on your face, right? On the visual parts, but they might be more attracted to you personality wise. It seems like you're a kind person, you're well spoken, you know how to put together sentences well, right? You probably hold a conversation, I assume, but you gotta showcase that part of you, right? For example, the good thing about being in a different culture or being in a place where there's not a lot of us is that you get to be unique. So let's pretend in Colorado, let's pretend you're in Boulder, right? Only only 1% of Asians, let's pretend, right? But if there's women that are only into Asians and you are the 1%, so you have a better chance, right? If you're in Texas where there's like 10%, or if you're in the Bay Area where there's like 20% Asians, right? Then your odds are going to be lower because you're competing against all these other guys. But if you're in Colorado, if you're in Eastern Europe, if you're in somewhere like Miami, Florida, only 2% Asians, your odds going to be higher because if someone is attracted to Asians, their only option is you, my friend, or me, right? But let's go down to the comments. 3 out of 10, face won't cut it for them. Well, I don't think you're 3 out of 10. A lot of the guys rate themselves so low because they don't have the confidence or they don't haven't seen a lot of results with women because it's a catch 22, right? They feel like they don't get results. They feel shitty about themselves. So that's why they rate themselves lower. All right. Feels like he's underrating his attractive. Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You might be a 5 out of 10 or a 6 out of 10, right? I want to see your face. I want to see your haircut, right? You already kind of told me about your physique, but let's see that face card. Okay. Funny thing is, you don't talk like ugly chop. Yeah, you don't talk like an ugly chopper. You speak with the rizz of a full-blown chat. Quit pulling our gams. You do this every week. Damn, okay, he does this every week. No. All right, let's go from a white woman's perspective. As a white woman, this might sound crazy, but I feel like Asian men would automatically be way more harsh about my looks and body. I do just fine with attracting all types of men and my confidence. And I'm confident, that's a key word. I'm confident in my body and looks. That's what I'm talking about. You got to be more confident, my friend. I've been to a lot of bumblefuck cities in America, in Mississippi, Panhandle of Florida, Alabama, where I was the only Asian guy. They never seen an Asian person before. I was driving through, going to a bar. they're friendly. If you're friendly to them, they're gonna be friendly to you. But if you feel like, oh man, I'm a subhuman, I'm not good enough for that, please, take it easy on me, then they're gonna, perhaps view you that way. And no one's gonna like that person who's not confident in themselves. How do you give love if you can't even love yourself, right? Ooh. Okay. And let's go here. I'm confident in my looks and body. And while I do find Asian men attractive, I just have a knee-jerk reaction to think that they would find me unattractive and that they would have way higher standards. So I don't even try. This is great because I've dated girls who's never dated Asian people before because they thought that we only like to stick to our own kinds. I would bet that this is a factor for other white women as well. I know my thinking with this is unhealthy and unproductive, so I'm working on changing it. But I just wanted you to know mentally what might be a factor. Yes. And also, what I would suggest here, this is probably the best advice for your profile right now. I don't even know if you have profiles, if you have pictures of you with a group of friends. If you have white friends, put that picture in there. And don't be the guy that's all the way to the side of the picture. Don't be on the corner of the picture. Be in the middle, right? If you guys are doing some activity, if you guys are rock climbing, if you guys are hiking, if you guys are on the lake with your dogs, be in the picture. Be in the middle of the picture. Don't be the extra in your profile. Be the main character. Main character vibes only, my friend. All right. I mean, I feel like I've been yapping for a long time. That's it for me. I'm gonna take a break and go about my evening. But now, if you find this video interesting, subscribe to my channel. I'm gonna do more of this in the future, and I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.